Hi guys, it's me, Jeannie, the Witch of Boise, and I'm here to do another episode of Toasty Tarot Nights, Toasty Tarot Nights. That is a segment I do on my YouTube channel that is long overdue, and it's where we have some drinks, and that can be cocktails, mocktails, water, tea, whatever, and we do a little bit of tarot, and I kind of talk about what's going on in my life. It's really fun. I really like it. Before I begin, if you do like this video, make sure you do like it and comment on it. Any sort of interaction does help build my channel, and it helps kind of get into the algorithm. Sometimes it's a little difficult to do that. So I appreciate all of your interactions with it. I am currently drinking a seltzer water vodka. So before we begin, let's make a cheers. I want to cheers to changes. Change is good, and we're embracing change. So let's cheers. Tink. Chef's kiss. So how are you? How are the kids? How are ya? I'm gonna do a couple general reads, and then I'm gonna get right into it. My 2023 has been crazy, and yeah, so I'll get into it, but I want to do a tarot card reading of just advice or like a message that either I need to hear, or if it's channeling with you, if you need to hear it, especially if you're kind of having a rough 2023 so far. So we are I'm using the good old-fashioned Witch's Tarot deck. I hope you like the change of scenery. I wanted to feel a little bit more comfortable with stuff, and I really like my living room, and I just thought it'd be nice to do a little change, which kind of goes with our cheers, huh? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oops. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. So let me read off these cards. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. We have Justice, the Chariot, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and then the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups actually flew out and knocked the Eight of Cups in reverse. And that's why I'm kind of like, this is interesting. This is a little crazy. So there's something where you're not ready to move on from. These cards are crazy. But there's an energy where it's like you're not ready to move forward with things. You're not ready to move emotionally forward. You're kind of stuck. There's some more processing, some more healing that needs to happen in order to move forward, and that's okay. It's really about truth and honesty with yourself too, and knowing that that's happening, and it's just knowing that the scales are going to balance itself back into favor. There's movement though. So it's kind of like you were emotionally stuck, but there's so much movement forward that's going on that it's kind of like, I think that's where it kind of feels a little bit out of control, where you're emotionally stuck, but everything else is moving so quickly, and you're holding so much onto the past, and it's kind of stunting you in a little bit of ways. But this is a really good time to celebrate all of the changes, the things that are going, that's happening all around you, that's different. And this is also a time to really call in for like your friends, people that you're close to, And just be open to the present. Really live in the present moment. And I think you're going to, especially, like, I know that I'll feel this. I know that, like, some of my family members will feel this, where it's really easy to get stuck into the past and stuck on what has happened. But it's just, you have to be open to what opportunities are being given to you in the present moment. So you just want to make sure that you are really open to that. So that is that first reading. Like and comment. Tell me if that did resonate with you at all. And it totally did with me. Just had some flyers. And this is a really good omen. Hey, no. Hey, no. You are so gross. Stop. He's like, what are you doing? I usually watch you in the other room do this. Okay. So this one's going to be really quick, so then I can kind of discuss what's going on. So we had 4 cards. The first one is the Ace of Pentacles. Then we have the Sun. Then we have the 6 of Swords. And then the 2 of Wands. So this is just really big confirmation that, like, positive things are going to be happening, and, like, things are going to start moving into a really good direction. You have the Sun, and that's always a really positive omen in a tarot reading. It's, hold on. He's being fussy because I'm not paying attention to him. But this is a time for, like, really abundance and manifestations and things that you need to be open to receiving. And it's really positive. You're moving towards a really good and tranquil time. So it's like getting away from turbulent time. And I think that there's going to be, for some of you, choices that need to be made. And so you're kind of at this standstill of, like, okay, what choice do I need to make? And it's just making really smart ones, smart decisions, thinking about the future, and also thinking about just what you want to do, what you love doing, and going towards that as well. So that was just like a little mini reading. I'm sorry if you were looking for more, because I have to fill you in. There's a lot. So, my 2023 has started off really not great. On New Year's Eve, I went to a little shindig with some of my friends that were from out of town, and they were in town. And I was over in the area with my grandma, where my grandma lives, and my parents live with my grandma, and along with my uncle and my aunt. They helped take care of my grandma, but my parents lived there. And I've had some issues with my grandma in the past, but when I was driving away from this party, because I had a bunch of Witch at Boise stuff to do for the New Year and everything, and so I kind of cut that short, and I was driving by, and something told me to go, and I saw my grandma, and she was like a shell of herself, and it was really sad. And she ended up passing away a few days later. And that's my last grandparent that's alive. She was my only grandma that I knew. And it's just been really hard. I'm just going to take a second. So it's been really hard because I had a really turbulent relationship with her. But her passing away was a symbolism of an ending a chapter done in my life. And I gotta be honest with you, I'm kind of done with these endings that keep happening. I've had them every year since like 2020. It's been really rough. And with what happened with my grandma, like, we knew she was gonna pass away, but we didn't know that it would be so soon. And it happened fairly quickly, but she passed away peacefully in her home as she wanted. So that's good. But it's just been crazy ever since. It's trying to get her affairs and stuff done. This is 0. Okay, bud. It's trying to get things done and get things taken care of. And like her selling her house and having my parents, because they lived with her, they're having to try to find a place to stay. Hey, thanks. But it's taken a huge emotional toll. I am really thankful for this little weirdo. I'm thankful for being in therapy. And like I've said a million times on my channel, like, if you are thinking about getting therapy or talking to a counselor or a therapist or anything like that, do it. It like you need to do it. If you're playing around with that idea, you need to do it. It's been so great. Therapy has shown me a lot about myself and about a lot of BS that I, in my life, allowed. People in my past would call me crazy, would call me a drunk, would call me everything and anything, and I believed it. And therapy has really got me to the place where it's like, no, that's not who you are. And it's been really wonderful. But it's just knowing that which I know I am a depressed person and an anxious person, but it's validating that, like, I have an issue, you know. My past relationships, at least one specifically, he pretty much told me that I just like to be depressed, that I like to be sad. And if you're not a depressed person, you have no idea. You don't. And I've been living with it forever. And it just got to a point where I just need help. And I really think that therapy is amazing. It really is. And during this time, it's been great. And, you know, it's just the loss of Coda, the loss of Marley. It was just a lot of blows. And a lot of changing and changes. And there's some things in my personal life that I'm so excited that is starting to happen, but I can't really talk about it right now. It has nothing to do with Witch of Boise. It's, again, my own personal life, and I'm so excited. It's something that I have needed to do for a long time, and it's really exciting. It's scary because it's different. And I'm very much a creature of habit, but it's very scary. I'm excited. But again, without the help of talking to someone, I don't think I would ever have this confidence towards it. But when it happens, I will let you know. But it's a really exciting, scary time for me. And I appreciate everyone that has supported Witch of Boise during this time. I know I've been really MIA. I had so much planned for Witch of Boise, especially with YouTube. I wanted to get videos out every single week, and I had a schedule and everything. And with my grandma passing away the first week of January, it just, everything imploded. And I have to be there, like, for my mom and my family. And I have a sense of responsibility, which, I'm really close to my parents, and I want to make sure that they're okay, you know? And it's just been really hard, but I'm excited for what the future holds. I'm finally kind of getting out of this bit of a funk. There was major things that happened specifically today, and I think like that's kind of why I wanted to do this video. I'm filming this on the 28th, Friday the 28th at 6:24. And today my grandma's house sold. And so it's like that, like, it's really happening. Like, the end of that era is done. And it's sad. There's a lot of, like, mixed emotions with it. It's great for the new beginning part of it, but it's just sad for what's happening and just everything else. But I have also been really, like, MIA with my friends, and, like, I've just literally been at home, or with my parents, with Zero, with Miko, and just trying to heal, you know? And it sucks. But I have a lot of excitement and a lot of, like, relief that's happening. And it's really sad to say that. It's a lot of mixed emotions. But I'm really excited to see what the future does hold. Another really interesting thing too is that my card of the year was a major arcana. It was the Hanged Man. And typically with the Hanged Man, a lot of times that's like a pause. A pause, look at things from different perspective. It's don't make decisions right away. And I started looking into my books on symbolism and tarot cards, because I'm like, this is not that. This is like the absolute opposite of like stand still. Like, but I read in one of these books that the Hanged Man is like a spiritual and like a whole like awakening, essentially. And you're seeing things from a different perspective, and so that's where that kind of meaning comes in, and you're seeing things completely different. And it's knowing that, like, with the bad and with the things that suck, it's like you actually start to see the kind of the good out of it. You don't just see or get stuck into that one perspective of the negative. So it's been really insightful, and all of my cards have been scarily on point this year. For the most part it is like on point, but like this year specifically, it's like there's not like, oh, well that makes sense. Like it's like immediate. It's crazy. I don't know. I feel like I'm leveling up in some sort of way, and I don't know exactly how, but with things that are happening in my personal life and like spiritually and emotionally and physically, like things are starting to level up in a lot of ways. I do have to say, these bangs though, they're not a level up. I don't know how I feel about them, guys. I was trying to do a money piece, and for you that do not know what that is, it's like blonde, and it just went horrible. It was horrible. And so I was just like, bangs it is, and like going through like this whole like emotional like turmoil, and I'm just like, you know, what else? Let's do it. Let's cut some bangs. But I kind of like it. I like it a lot when I have my hair up. It looks really cute, and I have my hair up quite a lot actually, so it's fine. Everything's fine. But yeah, it's been a really weird year so far. My birthday is in like a couple weeks, and usually I'm spiraling on my birthday. Like it happens every year where I'm like, I love my birthday, and then like my birthday comes and I'm like, I hate my birthday. One step closer to death. It's just yeah, and a lot of times it's like me reflecting from like the last year and just being like, I haven't done anything, and you know, just all of that self-sabotage bullshit, you know. And so I'm kind of anxious to see what happens during this birthday, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, so in 2 weeks, if you're following me on Instagram and you see me spiraling, just be like, it's her birthday, so she does that. But anyways, how are you guys? I want to know how you've been. How's your 2023? I hope it's been really, really great. If it hasn't been, I'm really sorry, but I feel like the winds of change is happening, and we just have to be open to receiving it. So let's take a quick little cheers. I want to do one more reading, kind of like a send-off. So let's cheers. Cheers to friendship. Clink. In this deck, it's the High Priest, it's the Hierophant, and other decks. Then we have the Magician, the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords, that's my ice machine, the Page of Swords, the King of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So, I'm sorry, I've been crying, so my nose is a little runny. There's a lesson that you're in the middle of learning. And you're having this power that you can manifest anything and everything. But there's like this hiccup, and it's this lesson, because it seems like the same stuff happens over and over and over again. And it's time to take the key and be like, guess what? this is over. Like, this is done. Let's go and try the other way. Let's try a different way. Because we just kind of keep going in the same cycle. And this can be for some people where it's like the same toxic relationships, whether that's friendships or whether that's like actual like romantic relationships where you're like, oh my gosh, it's like the same relationship, but like, like with a different person, but it's like the same thing. And so it's the same choices being made. And so you have to have the power to create a different outcome and take that key in order to do it. This is not the time to sit back. And this is where kind of like where it starts to resonate with me and the Hanged Man, where I'm like, okay, there's so much stuff, and it's like, it's not necessarily sitting still. And this is that, where it's like, don't rest and let things happen to you. It's time to like take action for it and not be afraid of failing either, because there's going to be some failures or things that don't go your way or don't go the way that you're wanting. And in the grand scheme of things, it's actually going to be to your benefit. And it's going to be something that shows victory in that aspect. Now, there might be a message or someone trying to reach out to you that is kind of delayed, where they're not even sure how they're going to approach you. And so just kind of keep that in mind. But this is also something that has to do with social media as well. So kind of be aware of what you're putting out on social media. And be ready to have it critiqued. You know, if you just want to make sure like what you're putting out into the public space, essentially. But right now is like a really good time to be very creative and fiery and passionate. And I think a lot of this too is taking like just being lighthearted, taking a break, and when I say break, not like a rest, but like taking a vacation, going outside of your comfort zone, doing something spontaneous, something out of your comfort zone. Ignite that passion and that fire again. And it's also, even though you're going to be having fun, it's knowing that you have responsibilities still. So you have to keep that in mind. And it's kind of like a balance right now, where it's having fun, it's play hard, work hard, play hard kind of deal. But step outside of your comfort zone and do something that you wouldn't normally do. And learn from your mistakes. Learn from what keeps repeating, what keeps happening. Do something different. Do something that's not going to keep you into a hole, you know, that's going to keep you into that same spot. We want to elevate. We want to go to the next step. We want to power up. And I know, at least for me, I feel like powering up is going to be happening pretty soon. And I think it's going to be happening pretty soon for a lot of people. But yeah, it's just knowing that movement is needed. And being stagnant and just kind of like waiting for things to happen is not going to benefit you at all. You have to grab the bull by its horns. And it's Taurus season, so it's a perfect time to do that. But anyways, that's a good little send-off. So again, if you liked any of these tarot readings, if they resonated with you, comment below, tell me about it. I want to hear about it. And you know what? Thanks for watching and watching me cry for the millionth time on the internet. I appreciate it. It's so nice. But I just want to thank you so much for all of your support, especially with Witch of Boise. Witch of Boise is my business. It's my baby. It is a passion project, and you guys keep making it so much. It's so easy to be passionate about this because of you guys. So I want to thank you so much for your support and, you know, booking with me or going to my Etsy shop and purchasing stuff or just showing some support. You know, if you, I'm mostly active on Instagram. My handle's Witch of Boise. If you tweet or whatever, just tag me in it and I'll re-tag you. But if you have any questions or you want to book with me, go to my website, witchofboise.com. Hey, again, thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you soon when I'm not a ball bag. All right, bye!